In preparation for the Koj sponsored adult immersion to South India summer 2021, we will offer a series of webinars to help travelers gain insights into historical, political, and cultural aspects of the region with follow-up Q&A. The first of these will cover the ancient history, culture, architecture, and reform traditions of Tamil Nadu that permeates Tamil society to this day. Ancient Tamil Nadu history relies on Sangam literature, considered to be the repository of Tamil literary works in Prakrit language. This provides insights into socio-economic and political conditions of the time. In addition, scholars and archaeologists rely on restored monuments, inscriptions on temples to develop the historical narrative. Included in these sources are also accounts from foreign travelers who wrote observations of the many dynasties ruling over ancient Tamil Nadu. Tamil Nadu is considered to be one of the largest states, located in the southernmost region of the country. The state is divided into north and south by the sacred river Kaveri, which is worshipped by the Tamil people as the goddess Kaveri Amma. The Kaveri flows through the states of Karnataka and Tamil Nadu. Throughout the course of Tamil Nadu's ancient historical past, this river has been a source of livelihood for the ruling dynasties, making irrigated agriculture possible. The term Dravidian is used to describe the ethnic, regional, and cultural identity of the people who live across southern India and Tamil Nadu. The term Tamil denotes the language and Dravidian culture of the people of Tamil Nadu. And the term Nadu means an area or place inhabited by Tamils. Ancient Tamil Nadu was ruled by several dynasties, namely the Pallavas, Cheras, Pandyas, Chalukyas, and Cholas. We will focus on the most significant of these dynasties, the Cholas. The Cholas were one of the longest ruling dynasties in the world, from the 3rd century BCE to the 13th century CE. They ruled for 1500 years and were responsible for consolidating and unifying southern India over that time, with periods of ongoing conflict with some of the other dynasties mentioned. As benevolent monarchs, the Chola kings were patrons of art, literature, and architecture. There was no capital punishment in the Chola kingdom unless there was treason committed against the state. They had a well-developed bureaucracy, and although the political power was centralized in the king, he worked with local self-government units at the village district level, reflecting rudimentary forms of democracy at the local level. The greatest Chola ruler was Raja Raja, which translates to mean King of Kings. During his time, the Chola Empire expanded into Sri Lanka, Indonesia, Malaysia, and the Maldives Islands. The Cholas had a well-developed naval power, which helped them not only expand their borders and empire, but engage in maritime activities and trade in Southeast Asia from the Coromandel coast. They also traded with the Tang dynasty, Song, and Abbasid dynasty. These trade networks resulted in a well-defined coinage economy. Gold coinage was used to initiate special transactions, and copper and silver for daily use. As a maritime power, the Cholas of Tamil Nadu became a prosperous and flourishing empire, and they built many city-states and temple cities throughout Tamil Nadu. Tamil Nadu society was based on caste, class, and occupations. The caste system during this period of Tamil Nadu history was mostly a way to provide social and occupational structure and organization. The Brahmins were the priestly class, the Kshatriyas were the warriors, the Vaishyas were the traders, and the Shudras were the laboring caste. Because of the emphasis on trade and war under the Cholas, the traders and merchants emerged as significant contributors to the economy, as well as the military commanders who were responsible for expanding the empire. The artisans and weavers were also the backbone of the economy. As a result, society came to be organized more along the lines of merchant guilds, weavers' guilds, and peasants. This emerging mercantile class became the precursors to the Chettiars, who were later to become the entrepreneurs and bankers in colonial Madras presidency. Temples built in ancient Tamil Nadu were not just places of worship, but also became areas of economic and social interactions. Although many of the dynasties mentioned were Hindu kingdoms, there was religious diversity with Buddhism and Islam present as a result of commercial interactions in Southeast Asia and West Asia. As such, in ancient Tamil Nadu could be characterized as predominantly Hindu along with religious tolerance. Even within the practice of Hinduism, the diversity of practice and the blurring of lines between the sacred and secular made it both a philosophy and a lifestyle. However, with European colonization, this changed as Hinduism became fervently described as a religion to counteract the onslaught of Christianity. Additionally, the caste system in the modern period of Indian history came to be politicized under British colonialism.
The Chola dynasty was known for their frescoes, rock carvings, and Chola bronzes. Frescoes dating back to 12th century were found in Chola temples. The Chola bronzes were created using the lost wax technique. A wax model was carved out of beeswax slab. Every minute detail, along with fine jewelry and draped clothing, were carved and then layered with fine clay. The clay is set to dry and fired in furnace. Once the wax melts out, molten bronze is poured in and allowed to cool. There is no margin of errors. The Chola bronzes are admired worldwide for their fine detailing. Mahabalipuram was a major port city in the time of Pallava dynasty. As the Pallavas had flourishing sea trade, many royal monuments were built there. The city was built in the time of King Narasimhavarman, who was also called Mahabali for his strong military prowess. We will be visiting several monuments dating from 7th and 8th century over there. Amongst them are the Pancharathas. They are the 5 temples built in early 7th century. Each of these 5 temples are carved out of a single monolithic slab of granite. These elaborate temples are made in rock cut style, quite prevalent in those times. Along with them are some beautiful rock cut reliefs. The descent of the Ganga is considered to be one of the best rock cut reliefs in the world. The Shore Temple is one of the oldest structural temples in Asia. The granite blocks were brought in to construct the entire temple. Krishna's butterball is a huge boulder resting on a short incline. King Narasimhavarman's men tried to move it, but it could not be moved. It has withstood the test of time, numerous floods, and stands strong even today.
Contemporary Tamil Nadu was established as Madras Presidency, a colonial power center of southern India, to deal with economic and political rivalry of other European powers active in the region. It opened up new opportunities of modern economic development, trade and commerce, administrative services, social infrastructure, modern education, and so on. The Tamil Brahmins, who formed 3% of the total population of the province in mid-19th century, were traditionally the most privileged and powerful community owing to their religious and caste status. They were quick to grab this opportunity and corner more wealth and power due to higher government positions soon after. They were initially reluctant to participate in the process as they had to play a subordinate role to Europeans who were beefeaters and hence considered the lowest and untouchable in Brahminic spiritual and ritual norms of purity and pollution. They were also opposed to spreading of Christianity by the missionaries who treated the Hindus with contempt as sinners and idol worshippers. The superior positions of Brahmin was seen as the authenticity of Indian culture and their history by Europeans. This epistemic construct created anger and resentment among many non-Brahmin communities who saw themselves as losers. Chettiars were the most vocal and also most moneyed among these classes and communities. Many subaltern scholars such as Ayotithos gave alternative interpretation to Tamil Brahminic origin as Aryan invasion from north and hence against the Dravidian people and their pride. He adopted and propagated Buddhism among the Parayar community of downtrodden and created a movement for Dravidian culture and pride based on moral principles of equality and self-image. The modern institutions of power and political representations such as Indian National Congress Party and other modern institutions of Tamil region remain strongly under Brahminic control, with most of its members coming from rich and powerful Brahmins. By closing decades of 19th century and early 20th century, anti-Brahmin sentiments, increasing education opportunity for non-Brahmins created new awakening among them, and organizational and associational consolidation among these communities around their Dravidian identity coined by many scholars. The main voices against Tamil Brahmins came from untouchable Shudras and Neo-Buddhists, Shaivites and nationalists. The Justice Party, which was mainly critical of Brahminism and Brahminic social system, was also highly critical of the colonial education and propagated the need for a relevant education that would promote industrial development in India and also for the dignity of labor. Brahmins generally despised this. The Justice Party established a national fund for industrial development and trained weavers for local textile production so that it can promote self-reliance against the British goods. Other actions of the party included active opposition to Brahminic privileges in social, cultural, and religious arena, such as temple entry for all, serving food in public, bathing rights for all in rivers, and also mass work among less privileged communities of Tamil Nadu, and promoting Tamil language against English. They also organize around the secular and more popular symbols as against the Brahminic symbols in the political representation and social relations of the Tamil society. By 1944, the Justice Party transformed into another party called Dravid Kazhagam, which was established by another social reformer known as E.V. Ramaswamy. He was mainly advocating for godless rationalism and opposed idol worship, debunked the mythologies as fantasies and burnt scriptures of Ramayana and anti-Dravidian propaganda materials which were mainly seen as Aryan materials. Under the Dravid Kazhagam movement and with the followers like Annadurai, villages after villages were converted into atheism. Impact of this was also visible in cultural movements which attracted a large number of theatre and film personalities in this rational and scientific movement. The new icons of the emerging Tamil nation on the eve of independence were neither Rama or Krishna nor Gandhi and Nehru, but perhaps people like Annadurai and the film personalities like M.G. Ramachandran and many others. Women leaders were promoted very consciously in public life. Secular and cultural symbols were adopted in matters of marriage, birth, or death, sans Brahminic interference. People were singing self-respect songs, speeches in public gathering instead of religious and Vedic ceremonies. When we travel through Tamil Nadu, you will experience this very interesting part of India which offers a passage through many historical times and processes in real time of today. Thank you.